like, why are you switching up now? Are you switching up to look a certain way to certain people? Because if that's the case, then you may need to check why you're doing it. If you're doing it for business purposes, but you're still keeping your why the same, nothing is changing with your methodology or or not so much methodology, but your theology is still the same, where you're making much of the cross, but you're just changing up the methodology. Okay, as long as your theology still has a heavy influence on your methodology, I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And those are conversations that I was having one-on-one with Lecrae pre-church close. Okay? Where I was asking him those questions like, hey, man, you putting out articles and shooting out tweets saying this ain't going to be for your regular fan base. What you trying to do, bruh? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then he's got Don Cannon, you know, who's a secular DJ coming on the joint. And I'm like, okay, bro, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And we sat down and had those conversations. My biggest regret, and I'm sure, I don't know if Lecrae will feel the same way, and that's okay if he doesn't. This is just my personal opinion. I think things would have been a lot different for him if he would have kind of walked his fan base a little bit better through that transition. Because if you weren't in that inner circle, it was kind of like, bro, wait a minute. You're taking a hard right. We all still trying to go left. You making a hard right. You leaving us in the wind. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, the theology was still the same. Yeah. It was just the methodology had changed. And it changed so drastically that it took a lot of people by surprise. And a lot of people don't even know this, but Sho Baraka kind of started all this stuff, you know, even before Lecrae jumped on that bandwagon. You know, because I was there when he left the record label, because it affected me personally. Not because I was hurt or anything. It affected me because I was DJing for this brother a lot. And so when he left Reach, he wasn't getting booked that much. So I'm like, bro, what you doing, bro? Yeah, wow. Give me 6 months, bro. Let me get 6 months.
Wow. and you spoke and for me, like I said, I followed Christian hip hop in 2012. In 2012, that's when everything blew up. So I had to go back in time to hear Lecrae, the Real Talks, the After the Music Stops, the Rehabs, the Rebels, you know, and the Rehab Overdose. And you do, and I don't want to make this interview about Lecrae because I know a lot of people, they want to find something to knock Lecrae down on. But you mentioned something that I found interesting, the fact that that Lecrae moved in a certain way as far as his business sense. I have a lot of artists who I reach out to and also reach out to me. And the first thing I notice is that they don't put money into their craft, or they're not really hard workers at all. They may release one song, put it out, pay whatever blog site to host it there, and that's it. You know, you can't even get them to share the post. It's like, dude, it's free, just share it. So talk a little bit about the mindset of, working and what it looks like so that these artists that may look at this can say, hey, man, am I even cut out for this work?
Yeah, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. Let me say that off top, bro. Like you, with any business, right? You're not going to go in the first year and make a profit. It takes you maybe 3 to 5 years to be able to sustain, you know, your regular way of living, depending on the business. You know what I'm saying? Like some people may get lucky or whatnot. I remember talking to a cat by the name of Chad Horton. I don't know if you know who Chad is. He actually owns Rapzilla.
Absolutely.
Now, he used to be, at the time him and I were chatting, he used to be a part of a record label called Syntax Records. And Syntax, man, they were doing big things. Their artists was all over the place. They were like a Goatee Records from a business model standpoint to a degree. Anyways, I'm talking to Chad one day about one of the dudes that I was working with. Just like you're asking me, I'm asking him that same question. He was saying it's the same thing. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Like you can't just pay for one set of promotion and think that's going to be it. Like it takes a lot of money to promote a project to see a return. Now this was back then. This is when people were still buying CDs, right?
Yeah.
So now that is a thing of the past, you've got to figure out how do you fit in this new music model, okay? And I could go on and on and on. But what I would rather do is I'd rather give you guys some resources. And so I'm going to drop a couple of names, and I'll shoot you this in email, bro, so you can post it up to your people and whatnot. But there's some free resources out there. You've got blogs.sonicbids.com. They got, I mean, you could just camp out there and be good. You know what I'm saying? Anything you need, they've got their system set up for the do-it-yourself artist. Then you got the music licensing. That's another way to make music. There's a guy by the name of David Cusack. He's out there who does this. There's a podcast called Music Biz Weekly. These guys bring on all kinds of executives, management firms, booking agencies, the whole nine that can give you amazing information. And they work with Bands in Town. I don't know if you ever heard of Bands in Town.
Yeah.
But they work with those guys. They work with Bandzoogle. Those are good websites to go to. Bandzoogle, you know, you create an artist website and do everything in there. It's like a one-stop shop for artists, merch, the whole nine. They work with disc makers, all those cats. And so you've got tons of resources like that are out there. And I really, really want to encourage every artist, whether you're an artist, a manager, a DJ, a promoter, go check out these resources because there's something there for everybody. You got to invest in yourself. And one of the greatest investments is not money, okay? One of the greatest investments is time, okay?
Yeah.
Because you can make money back. You can't make time back, okay? And so when you take time to invest in your career and your craft and your business, you're going to see the return on investment, okay? After I stepped away from my last day with Reach Records, bro, and I did a couple of spot days, but as far as contractually, Lecrae's church closed too, okay? He did a release party in Detroit, okay? I DJ'd that release party. That was my last contractual date, okay? I walked away the next night and started my solo career. Okay, I had it planned out. I had it thought through. Said, okay, I know I'm not like contractually, I'm not able to travel with them with the demand of the schedule anymore. They knew that. It wasn't even a negotiation at the table. You know, anytime I said, listen, anytime you guys need me for a spot date here or there, hit me up if I'm available. I'll rock with you. Like I've had to turn them down. You know, several times.
Oh my gosh. People listen to that be like, you had to shut down Reach? Really?
Oh, bro, listen. I remember Lecrae's manager hit me up out the blue, say, hey man, we need you to go to New Zealand. And I was like, I can't do it, bro. I'm already booked with my own gig. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I'm like, dang, that's New Zealand though, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's New Zealand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, nah, but I got my own situation now. Because I've been working on my business. You feel me? Like I'm able to walk away from that and not turn back because I worked on the business and I learned by watching these guys, taking notes. I remember my last year with Reach. I'm out on the road with Lecrae and these guys, and I go up to Lecrae out of respect because he was paying me to be there with him, right?
Yeah.
And I said, listen, man, this is where I'm going. We're at this festival, and the promoter of this festival is a huge plug, and I need to go network and build with this guy. And Lecrae gave me the thumbs up, and I said, bet. And it's moments like that, bro. Like, so when cats be coming at my man's neck, I'm like, y'all don't know this guy like I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, and that's, everybody's not going to get that opportunity. But it's like I've been in spots where I've DJed for this dude and he would take care of me, bro. And I knew for a fact he wasn't going to get a payday. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like he would make sure I'm taken care of. And he would do that for everybody that he brought out on the road, not just me. That's the kind of businessman that he is. And I watched that and I learned from that. And even now I've learned, man, that's my man's. But right now, he got me out here. This is a business partnership right now. You know what I'm saying? He's investing in his brand by having a DJ and a drummer and a sound guy and a road manager and a hype man. He's investing in his brand. And that's what cats got to understand. It's your brand, bro. Like, Your music could be super dope, but your brand that's your lifeline. That's your everything. You know what I'm saying? Because if your character and the way you conduct business is trash and your music is dope, people ain't gonna mess with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side of that, your music could be trash, but your business situation could be dope. People gonna mess with you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I know all of us can sit back and say, man, why is this guy on? Why does he like it's like he put himself on? That's why he's on. Yeah. Okay? I can go down a list, bro, of guys who were featured or even once upon a time talked about being signed to Reach, okay, and didn't make it. You feel what I'm saying? I can name names where dudes would just didn't do anything with it. They got the rub. Even if they didn't get signed, they got the rub. And what I mean by the rub, they got put on features. They were being brought out on tours, this, that, and whatever. And they, it just didn't work out. So I would say have a business plan, okay? Get a business plan. Get as much business sense of this situation as you possibly can and work a plan, understand your why, and get as much education as you possibly can, bro.
And and it's funny because the whole reason why I started Christian Hip Hop Now, the blog site, was simply to have an outlet where artists can, kind of develop. My heart is artist development. I think that's something that's lost in today's music industry. Artists, they'll record a record and send it out. And they may take some photos on their phone themselves. They may mix the song themselves. They may make the beats. They're like, all right, it's ready. It's like, you sure about that? And I think that and your history is radio. So I want you to put your radio hat on, and as you got from Liberty and you went to radio. What are some things that you're looking at as a radio guy from artists who wants to get their music played on radio? Internet radio, streaming. I mean, I think playlisting is almost the same thing as radio. People think that, if I got dope music, people just going to sell it. Like, nah, you got to kind of listen to that music and see if it fits. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So just talk a little bit about how artists can approach radio. How does radio work? Talk a little bit about your history about radio. Then you had a lot of these artists who were unknown, but because of the relationship that you built, they was able to carry you through your whole career pretty much. Talk a little bit about that.
That's the key word right there, bro. Relationships. Okay. You got to network, guys. And it's so important in this business. There's an old saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay. The day that Lecrae came to me and said, hey man, we're looking to bring on more DJs. We want to try to bring you out. And by the time we got to that point, we had already had like a 5-year relationship.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when he was an unknown, I remember, again, rocking with my man Humble Tip, we would open up for Lecrae sometimes, and Lecrae wouldn't even have a DJ with him. Okay? And I'd be like, bro, like, there ain't no way you the headline of this show. We up here with the I said, let me rock with you, bro. Just on the fact that I can't let you come out here to my city and not have a DJ. You know what I'm saying? Let me just rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And so when you build those kinds of relationships, when those times come, people remember. Okay, who's been rocking with me? Who's been one of my day ones? You know what I'm saying? Even if they weren't a day one, who's been here? You know what I'm saying? Like I can call up, like right now, try to call Aaron Cole right now.
You can.
Okay? It ain't, but I can call Aaron up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been rocking with Aaron since Aaron was a child. You know what I'm saying? Since he was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've been rocking and I've been shooting him information. He shoots me his records before they come out, the whole 9 yards. I don't even have to go through the labels, bruh. Like, I don't even have to go through let me send in my email to the publishing or whatever. No, I get it straight from the artist because I've been building those relationships. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why I'm excited about being on your show, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already listened. I know you're just starting this thing up, and I think it's gonna go somewhere. And I want to do what I could do to help make it happen. That's why I'm giving you this interview. because I've been wanting to come on and talk about a lot of stuff for a long time. And I got my own show that I'm not even doing this on right now.
Wow.
It's like, man, why not pass that, see this young cat coming along. Let me pass that baton and give that boost. So networking and building relationships is the key, man. Like legitimately build with the DJs, bro. Build with the DJs. There's a lot of DJs that are out there. Rapzilla is not the only spot for you guys. Like you got Christian Hip Hop Now. Like you got One Accord DJ Alliance. And I need to put you on with them, bro. Because I've already reached out to them and asked them if they knew about you. They don't have a clue, but they about to find out.
Oh, wow.
And that's a collection of a bunch of us old head DJs that's got radio shows, that's got mix shows, that's got a following. And so follow us, man. Like you got cats like my man DJ Will from Jacksonville, everybody's favorite cousin. That's what he calls himself. You got my man DJ I Rock Jesus. He's on Facebook Live every day.
And he's from my state, South Carolina, I think.
Yeah. He's on Facebook Live every day. This is a cat that I looked up to coming up in the game. You know what I'm saying? You got some of these newer DJs, like my man DJ Val out of Texas. He DJs for Social Club. And Tadashi every now and then. We got so many other cats out here. Build with these dudes. Like, don't be afraid to approach us. We're always looking for new music. I'll speak for myself. I'm always looking for new music, and I want to give a push to a Christian rapper as best as I can. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Let me take a quick pause for the calls. Give me 1 second.
You're fine.
Hello?
What's up? Got pee.
You been outside this whole time? I'm still doing it. Sorry, I'm still doing the interview. Okay, I'm back.
All right. That's
but
cool.
Yeah, man, build relationships with people, bro. Relationships is the key.
I didn't know that. I had to learn the hard way because I thought networking was, yo, my name Lucky Murray, here's my CD. And it's like, hit me up whenever you listen to it and you find it I'm the amazing. I'm like, no, I had to realize, like, look, sometimes when you reach out to somebody, you have to expect nothing in return. Now that's a business portion of it that I do like, but a lot of artists, they just think that they're entitled. Not every artist. A lot of these independent artists, they think they're entitled. Like, you play my music. Like, no, I want to build a relationship with you because for me, you may pay me to post on my blog site or I may do it off the strength, but at the same time, I know that these relationships later on in life is going to pay dividends. Yeah. So why not build right now when we don't have a whole lot invested versus when you're like at a Lecrae level and now you want to jump in, like, see what I can do. It's like, that's not how it works because, you know what I'm saying, somebody that in that platform they just can't take the risk of bringing you out and you're trash. You know, and now their whole situation messed up because it was like, you let him up there performing. So are
you talking about from a booking standpoint?
I'm talking about from just like a booking standpoint for one. I'm talking about from just a artistry standpoint. It's a few different elements. And presentation. One thing I want to talk to you about real quick is presentation. I go through Instagram. I'm looking at artists, and I'm just looking. I'm listening. I'm scouting or whatever. One thing that I see a lot of Christian hip hop artists, they have a lack of brand recognition and also just presentation. You go to their page, they don't have a whole lot of music on there. They send you through a paywall. You know, they got their Apple link on there, and the mixing is trash. Like, why are you expecting me to pay Apple or go stream your music if your mixing is trash? We talk a little bit about how, and you saw where Reach or even other artists, they took their branding to the next level. Talk about how taking your branding to the next level could be the difference between a career and a hobbyist.
Yeah. and let me preface this. This isn't just in Christian hip hop. This is music across the board, right?
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
So branding recognition is major. Last year, there's a DJ right now who's killing it. You may have heard of him. His name is DJ D Nice.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of stuff on Instagram Live since this COVID thing. He's a celebrity DJ. This brother then quadrupled his following. He started out with like 500,000. He's up to 2 million followers now in a matter of weeks, organically. And his PR management team, one of his PR managers, I hired her last year as my consultant to help me think through rebranding and restructuring of my DJ infrastructure, my business infrastructure. And branding is everything, bro. Again, brand recognition. And a lot of times it's not about having the dopest pictures. You know what I'm saying? It could be as simple as having a logo. Just have something that makes you stand out to a degree. But again, all these things are part of your business plan and they're part of your strategy. And if you don't have those pieces in place, it's definitely going to show. It's definitely going to show. So if your artist is, let's say, for example, so I got this Zoom board here. Let's say you're MC Zoom, yeah. Right? And then I go to your Instagram handle is MC_Zoom, okay? And then your Twitter is MC Zoom _. You know what I'm saying? So you're all over the place, even with your handles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to have some type of uniformity. It makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that makes a difference. When you're submitting your music to DJs, make sure they're properly ID3 tagged. Make sure, like, and I'm saying that because listen, you got this wonderful post on your website, chhnow.com.
Yes, sir.
Cheap plug there for you. Where you've got this whole list of things that artists need to do when they're submitting their music, and ID3 tags, bro, is like, bro. I've gotten track MP3s to people. It's like Untitled or Master so and so, and I remember listening to one record, and I'm like, bro, this dude is nice. Who the heck is he? He ain't got no name on the joint. There ain't no photo there. There's nothing. It's just the name of the song. And I'm like, dang, man, I can't do nothing with you, bruh. Like, the song is amazing, but I can't do nothing with you because I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So properly ID3 tagging, you can do that on iTunes. Easy, simple. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. Like, if you don't know, bro, Google it. You know what I'm saying? As far going back to the radio part though, and then I want to touch on the promotion piece of getting booked for shows. So with the radio piece, when you're sending in that demo, be polite to the DJ. Make sure that you research that DJ. Yeah. Make sure that particular DJ plays your style of music. That's important because one of the biggest mistakes, and I think this is one of the biggest mistakes with Rapzilla, they'll put up any Christian rap. And it's like, man, like, there are different people who like different styles of Christian rap. You know what I'm saying? And so you've got to know, like, okay, if I send this to DJ P-Dogg, what style of rap does he play? Well, do your research and you'll know. You know what I'm saying? You do the research. I'm not going to tell you because you need to do some work. Put some skin in it. Get some skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? But make sure your stuff is properly tagged. Make sure you're respectful when you send the link. Let me tell you what not to do. I remember I was DJing at a spot this past summer, and this young lady came to me. She said, hey, can you play my record? She got it on the USB thumb drive, right? I'm in the middle of a set, killing it. And she's trying to give me I was like, nah, I can't take the thumb drive because I'm in the middle of a set. I can't even preview you. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you sounded like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't go off the strength of your word because you are going to be biased to your situation. I said, but here's what you do. Shoot me an email with the MP3. I'll give it a listen. Next time I'm here, if you hear, I'll drop it if I like it. And I'll send you some feedback as well. Bro, she got hot. I'm saying, and now I'm at a. Let me. I'm not at a Christian joint right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm at a sex. She gives me the finger, the whole nine. I'm like, wow. She sends me the record. Record was actually dope, super hot. I mean, fire. Okay.
Yeah.
But I sent her emails like, listen, your attitude was trash. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I'm connected to. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be respectful because you just don't know. And here's the thing, Brother Lucky, even if you are sending me your music and it doesn't fit my format, if you did the right thing in your approach, I'm willing to say, you know what? I don't really play this, but I know 2-3 DJs that do. You know what I'm saying? One of my dudes hit me up the other day, and he sent me one of his records. He's like, yo, man, check this out. Let me know what you think. I say, man, this joint is dope. This ain't the style of music I play, but let me hook you up with a DJ that does play this and make that connection. You know what I'm saying? And so you've got to be networking. Your name, like how you approach people is everything. Because if you approach me like trash and you approach my mans, and he be like, yo, man, what you think about this person? I'm like, man, that music is dope, but they trash to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like straight up, they hit me up and almost cussed me out without cussing me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I've had that. But we've had to put cats on blackball for a second. You know what I'm saying? And listen, when you disrespect one DJ, you disrespect all of them. Period. Point blank. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
And you know, for me, I've had artists because I have a YouTube channel, and I you know, I speak my mind. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's an opinionated thing, you know. And I said some stuff, and it wasn't disrespectful, but I had an artist straight up, you know, come at me super disrespectful, and I was like, look, if I'm wrong, let's chop it up, you know, let's talk about it. If I'm wrong, I'll take the video down and apologize. I'm not, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a man of God. I'm not trying to do this for no fame, fortune, or whatever. And now I'm like, look here. I know the artist, you know, he's doing big things right now. I respect that. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? We have to have that conversation before I can do something work with you again. And for him, he thought like, oh, I don't need Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? But I'm like, you don't know where that person's at and that person's going. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I have this quote that says, hard work would beat talent if talent doesn't work hard. Yeah. I may not be the best, but I'm a darn sure work the hardest. And we're gonna figure something out. So you got this. We talked about this earlier. I want to get back to this. This is a great interview, by the way. I wrote an article which I basically heard. I've been hearing for a while. The debate is Christian hip hop a genre? My argument is I don't think it's a genre because it don't have a particular sound to it, and the fact that it feels more like a community. A loosely based community versus a actual genre. So with you coming from Christian pop all the way to the late 90s to to now to 2016, you know, you kind of getting back into it now. What is your opinion on is Christian hip hop an actual genre? And I want you to talk about, you know, infrastructure. I want you to talk about booking agents, promoters.
Absolutely. That all plays into it. First off, let me say this. I'm actually looking at that article right now. I pulled it up purposefully because I wanted to talk about it, so I'm glad that you're taking it there already. And I want to say, first off, I think that the way you wrote this, bro, was so amazing. And the reason why I say it, because some of the things you said, I said the exact same thing on my podcast maybe 2 years ago, but I did not say it as graceful. I said it from I didn't. Listen, I'm gonna keep it. Listen, I was gonna bring the ambassador on my show, and he agreed to come on my show 2 years ago. And I was gonna bring him on for the intent purpose to argue with him about some of these things, like to have a straight out knockdown, drag out argument. And I'm glad I didn't go through with that because I wasn't in a good space back then. And so the way I articulated it was not as graceful as you did, bro. So I wanna give you, like I can't, like I got and listen, that show is still up on my podcast. I never deleted it. I don't know what episode it was, but I remember getting on there saying Christian hip hop is not a genre. I've got a sound bite about this from I'm not gonna call his name.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm not, he's a very prominent Christian rapper. I don't know if he's still with them or not, but at one point he was with Humble Beast. I don't know how I got this record, but I got it. I think somebody gave it to me by accident. Anyways, I've got it, and the whole piece is about we're not Christian rappers. I know for a fact that's unreleased because if it was released, it would have sent shockwaves.
Wow.
Shockwaves, bro, through the Christian hip hop genre, movement, whatever you want to call it,
yeah.
because of who it was coming from. And at that particular time,